Each state is governed by laws. The laws are set into place to protect the people and the rights of the people who live in that state. If you break the law, if you violate the law, you are subject to fines or punishment, or in some case, imprisonment. You can't, for example, unlawfully take something that doesn't belong to you. You can't steal from somebody else. If you're caught, you will either be fined or imprisoned. You can't take things that don't belong to you. This seems pretty straightforward. It's not very complicated to understand that. Even a child can understand that. Material nature here in the material world works in a similar way. Behind the material energy is spiritual energy, and everything rests upon a spiritual matrix. In Sanskrit, they call it Brahman, or spirit. And the material energy, even though it's made of matter, earth, water, fire, air, ether, it is still subject to laws, the laws of material nature. And the laws of material nature are set up by God, by the spiritual nature. So as above, so below. We know this. People sometimes don't realize that when you violate the laws of nature, there is also a consequence or a reaction, action, reaction, or a punishment in some cases. It is interesting that here in the material world, we think we own things, we humans. Oh, we own this, we own that, this is the borders of our state, of our country. We own this. You can't come into our country unless we let you in, and you need a passport, and you have to follow the rules of our country, for example. Yet it's interesting that none of us owns any of this. How is that proven? Well, you came in with nothing, and when you die, you leave with nothing. No matter how much you own, no matter how much money you have, no matter how many things you own and how many houses around the world you may own, they all get left behind. So in other words, you don't own a thing. You may be the custodian of this and that for a time while you're here on earth, but you own nothing. Well, then who does it belong to? It belongs to God. Or if you don't like that term, then we could say it belongs to spirit. If you don't like that term, we could say it belongs to the material nature, and it's subject to the laws of the material nature. Isn't it interesting that many years ago in our history, Europeans invaded all kinds of places and claimed it as their own? Wasn't it Pizarro and the conquistadores who went into Central America and South America and stole all the gold and claimed the land for their own, for the flag of Spain, for the flag of Portugal, for example? Didn't the Europeans go into North America, claim all that as their own? Didn't the British go into India and do that, and in Australia? Aren't there many, and in Asia? Aren't there many examples of this? Didn't the French go into North Africa, for example? You can't just go in and claim stuff. You can't go in and steal the resources of another country or another people. Oh yeah, they can, and they did. Do not think there is no reaction for this kind of behavior. There is always a reaction, and it will come sooner or later. You cannot get away with violating the laws of nature, nor can you get away with violating the laws of God. So what to do? Can you not own property? Can you not have things? Can you not buy things you want? Yes, of course you can. But let go of this concept of ownership and overly identifying with the things that you have and the things that you buy. Because before long, my friends, you will lose them all. So know that what you have, all of it, any of it, is a blessing. It is a gift from God. Enjoy it. And try to use it with a higher consciousness, with a spiritual consciousness, which means not just for your own benefit, but for the benefit of everyone. what to speak of God. And with that, you remove the karma. If you offer it to God, if it's a gift from God and you offer it back to God, you remove all the karma. So without this overarching ego identity of the things that we have and own, we will not break the laws of material nature. We will not steal from God. And we can go about the world peacefully. You want peace in the world? Do we all want peace in the world? Then we must be peaceful. And we must follow the laws of material nature. That is the only way we're going to have peace. And lately, it seems that we are very, very far from that.